Smells divine, like the finest steakhouse you've ever been to. Dim lighting, white tablecloths. That's what I'm talking about, and I'm talking about ribeye steaks. The biggest steak that Ray Rastelli brings us here at QVC. I'm talking 9 ounces. Oh, my friends, that is sans the bone, no fat, expertly trimmed, black Angus, been wet aged 28 days. It's a steak as big as your face. That's what I'm talking about here. Now, you have your choice. Hi, Ray Rastelli. I know you're busy today. That pork chops, by the way.
Yes.
Woo! We are eating fine in the QVC studios today. Okay, you have your choice. Remember, ribeye. This is your favorite cut, right?
My very favorite.
Okay,
Absolutely.
you can do a count of 6 of them for $129 or a $26 easy pay. But as we do here at QVC, double the amount, but do not double the price. Pick up 12, and now you have a stock up and save of nearly $40. It comes home on an easy pay of $44 when you pick up 12. That works out to be $18 and change per 9-ounce ribeye steak from Rastelli. So I'm calling all steak lovers. This is M80207. There is no auto delivery here. This is a hot pick, which means it's one of the best deals of the entire day. M80207. Get to ordering quickly. Ray Rastelli is with us, our neighborhood butcher. Talk to me, Goose.
Right to the meat block. Think about it, right? We start with black Angus. We start with the finest cattle here in the United States. Small family farmers, Julia, that I have worked with for over 45 years. And that's important to know your source. This is where it starts. Prime rib of beef. We've aged this for 28 days. Once it's aged, we trim all the fat off it. We trim all the bone completely off it. And you get these beautiful, very, very large 9-ounce ribeye steaks. They're all center cut. They're all individually vacuum packaged and blast frozen because we want to keep in all of that great flavor and the moisture, but we want to keep out the bacteria. And that's what you had shown earlier. As big as your face.
As big as my face.
Yes.
And this is how they come, by the way, each individually packaged, right? Big as my face. All right, talk to me about why this is your favorite steak.
So I'm going to show you actually on a steak. Now, the reason it's most important for me to have a steak that's tender, but it's also a steak that is juicy. This has the most amount of marbling. We know that the prime rib of beef is always juicy and tender. So think about it. This is the steak. This is the steak that came out of that center cut prime rib. Now, that's not fat. That's not, you know what that is? That's the marbling inside. It's what I call meat candy.
Oh.
And when I can taste that in every single bite, and every single bite is tender, that's why a ribeye steak is my favorite. And Julia, every time I go to a great steakhouse with friends, the first thing they do is look over at me, right? The butcher, and they say,
Wait, what's it
Ray, what are you ordering?
What was Ray ordering?
This
Ray's looking at that steak.
Yeah, this is what I'm ordering, right?
Look how juicy.
And it just keeps coming and coming. Look at that. I mean, those juices are because it's so well marbled inside, and it's why it's my favorite steak. It's why it's the steak you're going to find on most great steakhouses, except they typically will say market price. So we've done something really special here for you.
Yeah, that's dangerous when you see that MP where everything else has a price. Like, I don't even want to ask. I don't even want to know. It's probably out of my budget. But look, this is not out of your budget because this comes out to be $18 and change a steak when you pick up the 12 count. Remember, no auto delivery here. Okay, he knows. He knows how to keep me happy. Feed me a little bit of steak here.
Buttery, right?
It melts in your mouth.
It does. Not only just does it melt in your mouth, but the flavor you get from a ribeye is so bold. You get that beautiful beefy flavor. What you always thought of in getting a steak.
Right.
And this is the biggest steak, so I wanted to show you. Look at the size. Look at how big.
This is enough for 2.
Yes, it is. And often I will tell you at my house, here's what we do. We take this steak, we cut it right in half, just like this. And it becomes a meal for 2. And in fact, what I did was I actually took our beautiful Faroe Island salmon.
Oh, yeah.
Well, yeah, look at that. That's, right, that
is a money shot, my friend.
Look at that. That's what we all want when we go to bite into a steak, right?
Now tell me, do I thaw these first?
Yes, you definitely want to thaw these steaks, and of course you're getting the seasoning that comes with it. So
yeah.
what I like to do is I'll take the steak, thaw it, and then I
That
take it.
seasoning is money.
Yes, I take this out of the package, and I actually put it on my counter, and I like to get it to room temperature. Then I'll put a little bit of olive oil on each side because I don't want to burn it. I'll drop some seasoning on both sides, and then all I do, my favorite way to do these steaks, is in a skillet right on top of the stove. 4 minutes on one side, flip it over, 4 minutes later, you've got this steak. It's a huge steak, and
do you ever do like a little bit of butter and then put it in the oven just to finish it off?
You certainly could do that. I do that with the filet mignons because they're so much thicker, but the ribeye has so much marbling inside of it, Julia, that it just melts inside that steak. That's why everyone is so tender. It's why it's so juicy, and it's big. And you can see what I did here.
Look how great this is.
I took one steak and I made it into two. I took one of our Faroe Island salmons, cut it in half. That is my favorite surf and turf.
Little surf and turf right here.
With one steak and one of those Faroe Island
look,
salmon.
that's a massive portion. A little bit of veg on the side and a glass of wine, of course. Now you use one of my favorite sauces ever, a chimichurri, which is divine on a ribeye steak because of that marbling. It stands up to that little touch of spice and the herbaceousness of the chimichurri. A little bit of mash and veg.
This one's one of my favorites here. I love to just take that beautiful portobello mushrooms and saute them while my steak is actually cooking. Then I drop them in the last 2 minutes or so, and look at that. Look at what you get. You get the beautiful steak flavor, and of course, the ribeye being so porous, you get that flavor from that portobello mushrooms that just actually melt right into that steak.
There's like a hardiness to a ribeye steak,
yes, there
right?
Really is.
It is a commitment, and it's so delicious. And the size of this at 9 ounces, that is no fat, that is no gristle, that is no bone. No. This is the largest steak that you bring to us. Look, Rastelli's is our #1 food brand here at QVC. They provide to the finest steakhouse in the world, 7 stars, Dubai. Comes from this guy right here.
And this is the steak that they use in that restaurant.
Is it?
Yes, it is.
I mean,
you get the same
ding,
steak
ding,
here.
ding. Look, pick up 6, totally fine. It comes home on an easy pay of $26. But then go to the 12 count where you double it up, but you don't double the amount of money. In fact, you save 2 pennies shy of $40 when you pick up the 12 count. $44 on an easy pay. Those easy pays, by the way, go away at the end of the day today. As the 12 count, it works out to be $18 and change, a 9-ounce ribeye steak. Black Angus. Aged for 28 days. No auto delivery here. It's M80207. Can I have one more bite before we go on?
You can, and I can cut it right with a fork.
With a fork.
Look
That's what I'm talking about.
There you go.
I'm going to take 2 for the road.
There you go.
All right. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Oh, wait. I have to say something before she's going to let me eat this. Okay. Oh, before I eat my steak, let's talk about a little bit of ham that's coming up in just a little bit. Super exciting. Oh, we're going to see it 8 minutes away. All